Good morning. It's Michelle here. So good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So boys and girls, today I'm going to ask you to turn this over to your moms and dads because we're going to work on a tutorial on how to make a sensory board for each of you using things that you might find around the house that might be kind of fun to use and to explore and to make our days a little bit more fun. The ones we've made at school, we've used with colored foam board from the dollar store, which kind of is great. It makes high contrast for those that have vision issues. But since we're all kind of in the same boat, stuck at home and not having access to as much of the things that we normally do, we are going to scavenge around the house to find some things so we can do this. And if I can find things, then I'm sure most of you will be able to find stuff around the house that would make an addition to a sensory board for your son or daughter that they can put on their tray or put at a table that they can explore. So once you've scavenged your house and found a bunch of items that might be appropriate to put on your sensory board, find things that you know that your son or daughter is interested in or would find beneficial sensory-wise. But we are also going to include them in this process. You've been working on yes and no's and the ability to make choices. So we're going to help you do some of that as well. So join me as we go to the kitchen and start to put together this sensory board. Here's the board I found. Since I like to decorate cakes, I found in my basement I had some cake boards still. So we're going to use that so I don't have to destroy an Amazon box. And in my basement and in my craft areas, I found a bunch of different things that might be kind of cool to use on the sensory board. So here's a lanyard with an ID badge. The plastic on this would be kind of cool, especially for those that like to just kind of hang and shake and play with straps. I have some numbers that I could put on there to decorate. I have some foam packing that I found from when we moved last. I have a scrubby. You could use either the hard side or the soft side. Make some differences in the texture as well, so it's not all the same type of texture. When we were doing a massive clean out just before our end of school, we found some photocopy plastic sheets that don't go into the photocopier, they will actually destroy it. So instead of going to the garbage, we were able to recycle those. Found a paintbrush. There's multi-textures on the paintbrush, and maybe you want to do some crafts with your child and they're aversive to painting or holding things in their hand, that maybe this would be kind of cool to get them used to that sensation and that texture. Here's a lid to my hairspray. Here's a comb, and it's got different textures and different feels on either side. Here's some strapping, some chopsticks from the old Bath and Body, their hand sanitizer. It doesn't fit the new ones, but it would be a kind of a cool texture. Bell, and I've secured it onto a pipe cleaner. Here's an old card that just texture wise that might be kind of fun to put on. We're doing plant studies. Maybe we could put a plant or a fake flower on here. Some ribbons. Here's got this from the dollar store. This is to go in the garden to tie your plants. Some more pipe cleaners. Found this in my basement. I think electrical tape came in this. A little ping pong ball. And for decorating, I have some different textured, looks like rhinestones, but it comes in a little strip. That's from the dollar store. But again, you don't have to do that if you don't have it. I have some fancy tape. Electrical tape would work just as well too if you have it. I have a hairband here, and then I'm going to use a hot glue gun. So I have definitely more than enough things to put on this board. So this is where you are going to be actively interacting with your student or your child to get yes and no and find out some of the things that they might be interested in. So I have a ping pong ball and a bell. So if I had the ability to ask if my child was able to say yes or no, I would say, which one do you want on your board? Do you want the ping pong ball or would you like the bell? And they can give you either an audible yes or no, a nod of the head yes or no, a reaching for whichever item, or even possibly just a glance to it. And then honor their desires, what they would like to have attached to their board. Maybe it's either the comb or the paintbrush. Again, you would give them a yes or no. You don't want it so crowded that it's overwhelming, and you can make more than one. You could do different themes, but we're going to start putting this together and you can follow along and see how it looks. All right, I had 3 different colors of tape. I had purple, the colored circles, and the silver. And I asked myself, yes or no, which color I would like. So I decided to make a colorful border. Again, you don't have to do this, or you could do it with just masking tape or electrical tape, anything that you would like to do if you would like to add color to it. And in the meantime, my hot glue gun is plugged in and warming up. So anything you put on here, you're going to want to make sure it's on good and secure so that it doesn't get pulled off. And don't put anything too small on here if you have a student that likes to put things in their mouth, or make sure that they're completely supervised. All right, so I also put a few rhinestones on the side and the number stickers I had. And I'm thinking for myself, I would love to have this little toy on here to play with, because the sensory textures are different, but the arms and legs will move, the neck will move. I'll be able to manipulate that in lots of different ways. I think I will also use my comb and definitely some flowers. So let's see what else we come up with. I'm going to put lots of glue on the bottom because we want this to stick really, really, really well. Okay, I don't know if I want this to be the focal point, so I'm going to put some glue on here, and I think I might put it down near the bottom. Again, lots of glue because you want this to stay pretty secure. And I'm also going to look over here because I have this, and it's quite a cool texture as well. And I'm going to add that. I think I'm going to add the card and possibly the paintbrush and this. And I think that might be enough activities on this particular board, and then I may decorate it up later. Okay, so now I've glued down all of the different activities on here. Anything that you think might have a sharp edge, I also put an extra amount of glue on the end to make sure it wasn't going to be too sharp. Here is my finished product. I even took a little bit of puffy paint and put my name on the top. But now it is ready to go, and you could put it on a tray or on a table. And there's enough stuff left over here, you could make another one. So this would be a great project to do while everybody's at home, or maybe over the weekend, and enjoy your time. Enjoy being as crafty as you possibly can. Enjoy this time with your kids, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.